everybody, it's Tim with Collect Jurassic, and we're back after a long hiatus of reviews with something super exciting today, and that is the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Carnotaurus Toro. This is an all-new figure, just released today, June 1st, and we're going to take a look at it. It has been a while since we've looked at toys here on the channel, and I apologize for that. Probably like a lot of you, I had a lot going on in my life, so good to be back doing reviews, and good to be back doing one that on this awesome new figure that really hasn't been seen anywhere, and we're going to be able to take a look at it, especially the packaging. That's what I'm really excited to look at, is the packaging here. But yeah, here it is in the box. Again, this is the Control and Conquer Carnotaurus Toro. It is very similar, well, it's almost identical to the previously released Control and Conquer Carnotaurus, which we did a review on the channel a little while ago. But again, what makes this one exciting is that it's part of Camp Cretaceous, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, which is the Netflix series that's going to be coming out later this summer. I think it's August. So that's what really makes this figure really special, and kind of what we're going to be looking at really closely in this review is sort of what ties into the show from this figure, from the packaging, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box itself. Super exciting stuff. So first off, it's that Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous logo, kind of our first official look at it here in this package. It's got a cool wood motif, a little bit of wood grain flowing through there, as well as, you know, the Camp Cretaceous verbiage too in that Jurassic font that looks really nice. Elsewhere on the box, we sort of have like this background. It's kind of hard to see. It looks like there's some trees and some sort of building, but we're going to look at that once we get the figure out of the box and get a better look without it being obstructed by the figure itself. And then on below, this is where things get really interesting. We have these characters here, as well as the Carnotaurus itself, with some wild coloring on it. And then we have these human characters. It looks like a couple boys and a girl. And then on the corner, we also have a couple more girls and a boy, and Bumpy the Ankylosaurus, baby Ankylosaurus. So first look at those animated figures on this box. These were kind of found their way on the internet a few days ago, or rather a week ago. A lot of people had a lot to say about these. They are animated characters. I don't think that's a big surprise, and because it is a kids show that was supposed to be animated, so I'm okay with it. I mean, they definitely have a very cartoonish look, but it is a kids show, folks, so I'm not too bad out of shape about that. And I really do want to wait and see a trailer or the show itself before I can really, make a fair assessment on like how I feel about the characters themselves. But there they are on the box, clear as day. And I think we're going to be able to take a look at them more inside, because if you flip around the back of the box here, you can see we have the standard Carnotaurus, standard dinosaur silhouette with the action that they do on the back of all of these with the cool hologram, the island in the background. Really like that stuff. But what's also really cool is that we have this included, it looks like a little map with maybe some stickers, and then you can see a peek of the characters there again that we're going to be able to take a look at. So pretty cool. Again, we have the Camp Cretaceous logo again on the box here, and we also have a peek at some other figures that aren't new, that aren't Camp Cretaceous related. That's Tarbosaurus and Sarcosuchus. Those are the massive biter figures, but I think they just had to put something back here, but those aren't anything related to Camp Cretaceous. But yeah, that's the back of the box. So super excited to get this open and see what that little map is. The figure itself, obviously, we'll open it up and take a closer look, but it does look great in the package. I almost don't want to open it, but I must for this review, but looks really cool. So let's go ahead and open this up and get a closer look at the figure. All right, now that we have everything opened up off camera, I was able to get everything out of the box without damaging it too much. As you can see, Toro the Carnotaurus is freed from his packaging. Again, this is a lot. I mean, this is the exact same figure as the existing Control and Conquer Carnotaurus, with just one big difference, or two rather. But we'll go ahead and take a look at the figure after we look at the packaging, because the packaging, again, now that the figure's out, there's a lot more to see. So go ahead and put that front and center. I also was able to get this out, which we'll take a look at later. But here's the box itself. So you can already see unobstructed, there's a lot of cool stuff going on here in the background. First off, there's this structure that we saw a peek of around the figure itself. Looks like it's built into a tree. It's got like a little awning and like a, steps up to it, and there's an elevator or something too built into the tree. So you know, it could just be random artwork, but I'm guessing with a, you know, specific design like that, it's probably something to do with Camp Cretaceous, the show itself. Also up here, you can see a little tree house all the way up here. So maybe these elevators go up to these observation decks or something. Another little hint there. Way back here in the back, really hard to see. There's a tent as well. You know, this is a Camp Cretaceous. Maybe there's something there. The trees themselves are all like redwoods, which is interesting. You know, that's not a normal like sort of habitat we would see on Isla Nublar, where Jurassic World takes place and where Camp Cretaceous takes place, or at least as far as we know, takes place. Redwoods, though, were in Lost World in Isla Sorna, so interesting tie back there. You can also see sort of like a log, like sort of path, maybe a road or something, and then this dock over here as well, crossing a body of water. So lots of cool little details in there. I looked pretty closely, didn't see much else. Looks like the peak of another treehouse back there, but no hidden dinosaurs that I can see, or fencing or anything. But very, very cool to kind of get a vague, intriguing peek into the show with the background of this package. So very, very cool. I can't wait to find out what all that stuff means. But let's go ahead and get back to the figure itself. So this again is the identical to the Control and Conquer Carnotaurus, but it's Toro. And what makes it Toro? Well, for one, that the paint app is a lot darker, which we'll do a comparison here in a second. But the main thing that makes this figure special, you know, besides this darker paint app, is that the nose itself has a signature like scar on it. Like it's really just a red streak of paint, but it's definitely big and bold, and you know, obviously meant to make this figure look like it's suffered some kind of battle damage. So that's the main difference of the Carnotaurus. It still has all the awesome features, which are the primal attack features. So, you know, its mouth opens and closes, and then the tail, you can kind of do some cool things with it to move it around, which, you know, I've done several reviews on the channel at this point for primal attack, and I just can't say enough about how much I like this natural motion you can do with it. It just feels really cool, and obviously this is the same fluid action that we have on the existing Control and Conquer Carnotaurus, and I still like it here in this new form. So nothing but good things to say about that. We do want to do a direct comparison to the previous release, Control and Conquer Carnotaurus. You can see right there that one is much, much brighter than the other. You know, this is the one that just came out, or sorry, this is the one that came out this year. Obviously, Toro on the right with the scar, much more muted, darker colors. You know, I think this is definitely going to be a matter of preference. I don't think one is clearly a winner over the other. Obviously, the darker color feels a little bit more natural, but, you know, I really do like the vibrant color still. Even then, we can go ahead and compare this to the original Carnotaurus, which is the Action Attack Carnotaurus from way back when Fallen Kingdom came out. It's the smaller of all of them, these two being bigger and that one being smaller. So there's all three of them for you to take a look at. Honestly, you know, these ones really kind of have a similar color if you think about it. There's definitely darker gray on top of the original Action Attack, and obviously the belly is super white. But you know, the base color, at least the mutedness of it, really works kind of, or matches a little bit better to the original figure. But that's all three versions of the Carnotaur that Mattel has given us, which is awesome because, you know, Carnotaurus, I think, has always been a fan favorite Jurassic species. So, you know, getting another figure of it, we'll never say no to that, you know. So those are the other two figures. But getting back to the main one, so that is Toro, scar, darker color, same Action Attack features, same articulation, being like the legs move. I don't think they move independently of one another, at least not that I'm going to try on camera. The arms move, they have a little bit of articulation, but everything else, like the neck and the jaw and all that stuff, that's all tied to you know, the action attack feature, so you're not going to be able to pose the head up or down or the sideways, because it's always going to snap back to the original kind of neutral pose for action attack. But at least you can you know, pose the legs up and make it, you know, way up high, or pose it way down low. The feet also, you can move a little bit if you want. They did that so it will fit in the package, but if you had some reason you wanted to pigeon toe the toes or whatever, maybe to do a better pose, that is something you can do as well. But yeah, really nice dark colors, muted colors all through the back and on the sides, and then that gray underbelly, you know, kind of give this one just a darker version of the previous release Control and Conquer Carnotaurus. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of confusion with these figures, but the packaging is drastically different, so I think that's going to help clear up some of the confusion that people might have for why there's multiple versions of the same figure with just slight differences. Camp Cretaceous, that explains it all. So speaking of Camp Cretaceous, let's go ahead and look at this insert that came inside the figure. I thought it was bigger. It's kind of like almost the size of a baseball card, but we'll go ahead and get it out. Here we go. Oh, looks like there's something else in the package too. Stickers. Let's go ahead and get those out. So let's look at the stickers first. You can see here we have, looks like we have Toro Carnotaurus itself. We have T-Rex, Stegosaurus. All these renders look basically like the ones we've seen before with Jurassic World art. Carnotaurus might be recolored. It's hard to tell. Yeah, I think it's recolored. But there are two new renders on here. Bumpy, Bumpy the Ankylosaurus is on here, which is awesome. We all love Bumpy. But Blue also looks like an all-new render too. I don't think we've seen that before. So looks like those two pieces of key art are new for Camp Cretaceous. You know, they must have spun some new artwork off to promote the show. Stickers that must go in this. So yeah, here's this little insert card. Again, we get a really nice look at the human the human characters, not the human figures. Toro, Camp Cretaceous logo looking really nice there. On the back, we have a Netflix original series, and then looks like I'm giving away the answers. Inside is this this maze. I mean, this is obviously for kids, so I think you just need to go around and up, and then you're there. Pretty easy. Looks like they have places to put stickers too. And then if you can't figure the maze out or can't quite figure where to put those stickers at, the back has the answers. Even tells you where to put the stickers, which is hilarious. Mattel, Universal, Amblin, all that good stuff. So kind of funny little insert here. I mean, I think the same one comes in every single figure for Camp Cretaceous. If I've seen these come out of the attack packs, it's kind of the same thing. So if you are a obsessive collector, like I'm sure you probably are if you're watching this video, and you collect a bunch of these figures, probably going to get a bunch of these weird little map things. But I think what's cool about it is, you know, maybe someone buys this figure and they don't know about the show. Like, this is kind of an entry point into that with the Netflix logo, and then the characters again. So points for trying, Mattel. Obviously this again is aimed for kids. I would have liked like some collector cards or maybe some sort of backstory about the show or how the figure in the show, but you know, I'm an adult collector and that's a little different than what kids are looking for, so understandable. But yeah, nice little pack in there. There were cards for Dino Rivals, and Primal Tech didn't have any pack in, so can't complain too much that we're getting a pack in finally, even if it's sort of a simple kids maze. So yeah, very cool. That kind of completes everything about Camp Cretaceous, specifically with this package, and I think we can't talk about the figure much more. I mean, if you really want to see an in-depth review of the figure itself, Control and Conquer Carnotaurus, we go ahead and watch my other review. I'll go ahead and link it. But, you know, I really wanted to take some time to talk about the packaging, which I think we've explored as well. You know, the characters on the front and the side, the background itself. Lots of intriguing clues here, which if they drop a trailer is probably going to clear up all the mystery there, hopefully. Or we'll just have to wait until August when the show itself comes out. So, very cool. Sorry, just trying to set things up here. So very cool to get a first look at some Camp Cretaceous merchandise. Super excited to share it on my channel. It's good to be back making reviews. I'm definitely going to try to get back in the swing of it, so I really appreciate you tuning in for this one. So thanks again, and until next time, I'm Tim with Collect Jurassic, and have a good one.